Hi everyone, I'm Candice, Eclectic Coach, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I make new content. I felt called to share with you the 7 principles that guide my practice. This is something I share with the people who sign up for my intuitive oracle coaching framework. It's a framework that you can use to incorporate intuitive oracle coaching into your practice, whatever that might be. So it's great for entrepreneurs, readers, healers, Reiki instructors, healers, all different kinds of people who just also want to sharpen their own intuition and work with people and guide them as they sharpen theirs. So it's not just reading intuitive oracle cards, but it's also doing intuitive practices. So one of the things that I think is really important is just to start with a certain understanding when you're working with people. And I learned this when I was getting certified in coaching a long, long time ago, before I got my psychology degree. I learned so much at that program. It was actually the Southwest Institute of Healing Arts in Arizona, and it was amazing. And it was a pretty comprehensive program, and they said, you need to know that whoever's coming in is where they need to be. It's not about rushing them, pushing them, making them feel bad or shameful if they don't follow through or something like that. Now, I am going to hold you accountable, and I'll get to that in the next piece, but I work from the premise that ultimately you are exactly where you are supposed to be for what you are supposed to be learning. And you don't need to push the river. You do need to be present. You do need to show up and do what you need to do. But ultimately, regardless of whatever you've got going on in your life, you are where you are supposed to be on your own unique path. And I'm not here to judge that. So one of the reasons that I love coaching and why I feel so called to do it is that it helps me be the better version of myself. When I'm doing other types of jobs, I don't know, not as unconditionally loving in those positions. And it's just, I feel that in this work, I really am able to get to a place where I can see the soul of a human being. And that's one of the things that I want to show people how to do. It's how to look past appearances and circumstances and realize that we're all making meanings about those circumstances and those appearances. And that it's really the meaning that you're giving to something and what you're focusing on that's determining how you feel. And how you feel is going to determine what you do. And what you do over and over becomes the habits that ultimately shape your entire life. So you're exactly where you need to be. And I feel deeply, deeply honored to support you wherever you are in your journey and taking those next steps forward. It really is an honor to sit with people, even through really difficult emotions, saying, what's the next step? And to celebrate with you as you get up the courage and the momentum and the focus and all the reasons why you need to do it, and you follow through. To be able to celebrate with you is just miraculous and is one of the best feelings in the world, and basically what I get up in the morning for. So, but right now, whatever's going on, hey, you can only be where you are. Another thing is, I don't give advice. I know that sounds funny because you think, like, as a coach, this is what you need to do. This is, okay, here's what you're going to do. Da, da, da. Like, I don't coach that way. I believe that you already have all the information, all the guidance that you need to get about your situation within you. And I'm just here to help you really deeply listen to yourself, really deeply honor what you're hearing, and to take action on it. I don't think that I have all the answers, and I try to ask very insightful questions. So kind of how it works is I will be listening to what's going on around whatever coaching program we're doing and asking you questions and like talking to your guides and listening to your team. That's my spiritual belief. I respect yours, and we'll get to that in another one. But listening to the intuitive impressions that are coming through and just asking questions. And we're learning and exploring options together. First of all, I don't know what you need to do with your life. I'm not better than you. I'm not on some mountaintop looking down at you. We're all in a particular state of growth. But what I am here to do is to help you stay on track, help you stay focused, because I keep a file on your action and your progress forward. But I'm not giving advice, but we are going to listen and we're going to track what's coming through. So you're going to get really skilled at hearing and trusting yourself. And I think that that's what's really important, because I can tell you this is what you should do. I don't shit on people. That's not good. I ask, what would you think about this? Or I'm kind of receiving this intuitive impression. What do you think? Or what steps are you willing to take in order to mitigate that? What's one different way of looking at it? I'm not here to dictate your reality. I'm just here to guide, support, kind of direct the focus of the energy and hold you accountable in a very kind, respectful, supportive way that's also customized to meet your personality type. And then the next thing is I'm fully present when I sit with clients. And whenever you sit with somebody, you can't be somewhere else. You can't be thinking about your to-do list, your laundry, the groceries, what's going on in your life. That's actually one of the things that I love so much about coaching, and why I want to get more people into different types of coaching, is because we need to be human with each other. We can't have AI and robots replace everything. We need to be our best human selves with each other, and providing support and encouragement and social accountability and skill integration and things like that is so powerful, because people are going to friends and family and they mean well, but they're not able to give that kinds of support. And while I don't recommend coaching friends and family, I think that there should just be more coaches in the world. And that's why I love giving frameworks. But you can't be elsewhere. The contract is that I'm totally dialed into you and what's happening in your world and your perspective. And that's how I gain accurate intuitive insights about what's going on for you, and how I kind of craft those questions. At the beginning of every coaching session, I do a moment of silence type of prayer where it's a ritual where I focus in on the intentions of seeing the best in my client and allowing the information to come through clear and accurately, and getting really, really grounded and present for the experience. And then the next principle that guides my practice is that action and homework is required on your part as a client. Things don't tend to change unless we change, and we got to do things differently, and we've got to think differently, but action is required, and sometimes it's kind of uncomfortable, and that's why you get a coach in the first place, is so that you're more likely to continue to take that action. And sometimes, if you really can't get yourself to do it, I might sit with you like as a body double as you follow through on an important task and help you learn to emotionally self-regulate. But overall, at the end of every session, so in the beginning, I set the tone with setting intentions and kind of saying a prayer and doing a moment of silence and getting grounded. And then at the end, we go over what is your intention, what is your action that you commit to following through on the next time that we talk. And I keep track of this, and then we talk about it and we see how it went. And that's how we course correct and do adjustments, so that you're taking effective action. You're not just, haphazardly trying things and doing things. We're really looking at, how did you feel about it? Did you enjoy it? How can we modify it so that it's more fun, so that it's more meaningful, so that it's more interesting, so that you feel more engaged and you can continue to follow through. And then the next thing is, I'm just not the type of person. I will listen to somebody explain where they're at with their story and hold space and really be present, because really tough stuff comes up in life. But we do need to be solutions oriented, and what I mean by that is just not doing ain't it awful. That's not what coaching is. Coaching, and then why I love the model so much, is about looking at what's going on and where you want to go. And it's not a place so much for processing past trauma. It's a place for, okay, I've been there, I've done the work, I've really looked at the unconscious patterns that have resulted from some of the things that I've experienced, and now I'm in a place where I want to make forward progress. I want to optimize my life. I want to be intentional about creating the life that I want. And I need a coach to help me get focused on it, get motivated, get excited, feel good about myself. I feel like as my job as a coach is to see the best in you and to tell you what I see. I feel like if I have a superpower for all the things I'm not so great at, seeing the best in other people and helping them see that in themselves and work with it and use it and live it and embody it, I feel like is my superpower, is what I have to offer. And that's why I love coaching and sharing, what's important to me. And I hope that this gives you a better idea of what I value as a coach. And if you'd love to work with me, I would love to work with you. I've got a link in the description box below. I do intuitive oracle coaching, and I also do personality type coaching. So we customize your systems, the tools that you use, your routines to help you fit your personality, how you naturally are in the world, towards reaching your goals, so that it's a good fit and you're enjoying the process all along the way. I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.